Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to DSP Diaries. Just a little about me first. My name's Danny. I live in the UK, 20 years old. The reason I've made DSP Diaries is due to the fact that I believe I suffer from something called delayed sleep phase disorder. And basically it's a sleep disorder that means that your circadian rhythm is out of the loop with everyone else's. So say for instance, your circadian rhythm kind of says, your body temperature needs to raise at this point because it's best at that time, or you need to feel tired at this point because, like night time is coming, you should sleep. Your circadian rhythms, they cover a lot of things. They cover your core body temperature, your sleeping pattern, metabolism, I think, as well. So it covers a lot of stuff. And basically, my circadian rhythm is out of sync with everyone else's. The problem with me at the moment is that I fall asleep at a load of different times. I'm trying to find some kind of pattern to it. It's typically around 5 in the morning. It was triggered from nowhere. I seemed absolutely fine. I was having no trouble sleeping at about 11 o'clock, 12 a.m. midnight. I had no trouble, and then all of a sudden, just one night, I stay up late for, I can't remember what the reason was, but I stay up late and it's affected me ever since. And no matter what I do, I stay up like all day to try and get some sleep the next night. So I try and keep myself tired so I can sleep for the entire night the next night, but that doesn't work because by the time it gets to about midnight, 1 in the morning, I'm full of energy, even though I've only had about 2 hours sleep in the previous 2 days. It is really weird. I don't understand it, and it's crippling. So the reason I've made DSP Diaries is due to the fact that I would like a place where I can log my sleeping problems, and it's something that people with similar problems would be able to look at, hopefully get some help towards their own problems, because it is a crippling thing. Like, we live in a society where business hours are typically from 9 till 5. If you sleep during those times, you're kind of screwed. You can't work, you can't go to college. I go to college at the moment, I should be. But the problem with that is that my college doesn't offer night courses for the kind of course that I'm doing at the moment. And, I'm typically waking up at about 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's obviously far too late for me to go in. I've tried to get in contact, I've tried to get help, but it is notoriously difficult. In order for me to get tested for DSPD, I had to go to my doctor about it, and the problem I faced was that my doctor didn't believe in it. I told my doctor to look it up, I assured him it was a real thing, but he didn't believe in it. But I was quite lucky, actually, because I said, like, my result for this, the result out of this that I want is that I want to go to a sleep clinic. I want to be diagnosed properly by a specialist of sleep. And the person kind of, emailed around all of his colleagues, co-workers, etc. Said, like, have you ever heard of this before? Like, I think it's made up. And he was quite open about that. He openly said he wondered, just how much of that was kind of made up in order for me to shirk responsibility for just not being able to sleep at night. But he looked it up, he looked into it, got some information, and about 2 or 3 months after I brought it up, I just get a letter through the door saying, we've set you up this appointment at this sleep clinic in London. This sleep clinic in London. Sorry about that. But yeah, so, it is notoriously difficult. A lot of doctors just don't believe in it. It is a big problem, a really big problem. So as a result of that, what happened was I had to wear something called an ActiWatch for a week, which monitors light levels, etc. You also need to note down any time you take in any caffeine, alcohol, that kind of stuff, because it can all affect your sleep as well. But the problem is I don't typically indulge in any of those substances in any kind of to a great degree. So I don't understand it. I really don't. But anyway, the reason why I've created DSPD is just so that people like me with my kind of problem can come for advice, or even just kind of just see how someone else with a similar problem is dealing with it. It's always nice to know that you're not the only person with that issue. So that's why I've created it. It's also mostly so that I can log my sleeping problems myself for future reference. You know, for medical reasons, just in case, like I need another test or something, and they're kind of like, what kind of a schedule do you have? Boom, I've got it on video. So yeah, that's the reason why I've made this. I do hope that you find my content helpful in the future. If you have any tips to help me deal with DSPD, I would really be very grateful for that. DSPD, obviously delayed sleep phase disorder, I'm not sure, I can't remember if I've reiterated that. I haven't slept, it's like 6 in the morning. So you see what I mean. But yeah, anyway, thank you very much for watching. Like I said, I do hope to see you guys in the future. Make sure you subscribe if this is something that you would like to follow. And yeah, hopefully we can kind of, get through this together, and hopefully it won't be a problem for too long. So thank you very much, and I'll see you guys soon.